Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I have a banger of a match for you guys, and that's going to be Dark Unicorns versus ATN.aTTaX. And this match is part of the German Midweek League playoffs, which means this is already one of the playoff matches. And well, it's a best of one, which means whoever is going to win this war is going to proceed in the playoff bracket. So this is an all or nothing war. It's not like those playoff matches in the EWU where it's like best of 2 or best of 3, which I personally like more most of the time. But yeah, let's take a look. We're once again showing you guys every single attack in the war. And well, I guess that's it. Let's get started, and let's get started with the first attack and see who can come out on top in this one. So all of you guys who might wonder who exactly is Animaniacs / Dark Unicorns, it's like a group of noobs players and a group of some of the tribe players. For example, we are playing together with some of them in the ESL Meisterschaft, so they're really good friends of us. And well, let's see how this will work. Starting off is going to be ATN with us, and he's going to start off this war with a Queen Charge hybrid. I mean, that's a classic one, nothing too special in there, so let's see how this will go. He's trying to charge into the top side. The only downside with this is the enemy Inferno Tower. The enemy Inferno Tower and the Sweeper both together will cause some issues if he's not executing that perfectly. So let's see if he can do that. Queen is going in, so far so good. No Black Mines triggered just yet, and the Queen is going to get into the single Inferno Tower just now, is clearing out the single Inferno Tower, and the Queen is going to go for the Town Hall. So far everything's looking really good, but now the Queen is doing like a really small step into the direction of the Clan Castle. I don't really know why the Clan Castle, or like why the Queen did that one step, but this is causing his Queen, first off, he had to use the Queen ability, and then in addition, his healers are slowly but surely dying, and this is a huge problem because, well, the Town Hall is still standing, the Town Hall is activated, so this is going to be an incredible lot of damage on his hybrid. And now he's trying to save this attack because the Queen Charge didn't really got too much value, like not really that great. But now he's trying to save that with the hybrid, using the Warden ability early just to make sure that there's not too much damage from the Town Hall. And we're not talking about the bomb of the Town Hall, we're talking about the beams of the Town Hall. And he wants to deploy the first heal spell kind of late, so he has like better path into the core. And now the big problem for him is that all of the troops are actually getting into the core, which sounds strange when I'm saying that this is a problem, because the thing is, triple-wise or like power-wise, this won't be a triple because the Queen Charge just fell short. But with having everything going into the core, this means nothing's clearing out the outside buildings or like outside defenses, which is causing not too many percentage for him. He has one wizard at the bottom side, he's trying to get another percentage on the right side with the Loon, but the Eagle as well is still standing, and that's a huge problem because the Eagle will slowly but surely shoot every single wizard in this army comp. And this means, I think this is one of the lowest percentage which I saw lately from ATN.aTTaX. So this is pretty crazy, and huge shout out obviously to the base building of Dark Unicorns, which is crazy. So I mean, having a low percentage attack against alternate is already something special. So let's see if they can keep the momentum going with having a really good attack on their own. And yeah, let's see how this next attack will go. The next attacker in this one is going to be Xilis. And if you guys are wondering who the heck is that, because this guy is pretty unknown so far in the international scene, I think. But he's actually a Lalo god. Like, he's really, really good at Lalo, and he's doing those air attacks a lot, like Lalo, E-Drax, all those things which not too many people are using right now in the competitive scene. So what he's doing right now, he's doing a jump Sui Lalo. So let's see how that will go. I think so far he's pretty happy with what he got without really, like, let's see how much his heroes will get actually. And I think another nice thing might be the Expo, even though it's on ground, pathing wise, it's obviously nice. And the Clan Castle is getting loot on the outside. He just wants to have the Archer on the outside because that's like the main threat to his Lalo. And you can see as well there's one more skeleton spell later on in this army composition, which means if he's luring out the Lava Hound on the outside, that's basically pretty useless, because if the Lava Hound's on the outside, he will come back anyway later on for the skeleton spell, because that's a ground troop. So now we're starting off with the Lalo actually from the top side. That's freaking ballsy. Okay, I mean, he has the blimp obviously for the backhand, but still, that's freaking ballsy going into this one. And let's see if he can somehow make this. Lalo said in the beginning he only used 2 haste spells, and he has still tons of spells left for the backhand, or like for the town hall part actually. But still, there's the royal champion around the town hall as well. The enemy king is around the town hall, so that will be kind of tricky to get through. The next one is going to be the warden ability and actually the blimp for the town hall. Rage, skeleton spell, everything is getting dropped on top of the town hall. The raged dragon and loons from the blimp will take down the town hall. And this is actually looking pretty good. This is looking really, really good. Enemy king is getting taken out. The lava hound, you guys can see it, is getting lured. Or like he's trying to lure the lava hound away. But sadly, the dragon now locked onto the lava hound. He has around about 1 minute left. The cleanup is not too good looking, to be honest. Like, there's still the wizard tower, which is luring all of the loons on the right side. And then there are so freaking many storages at the bottom side. Yes, there are a lot of minions on the left one, but still, this will be a really tough call on time, because Lava Hound is going to pop any second, which is causing a lot of damage on his Lava Hound, on his dragon and on his loons, which means the dragon is about to die. The warden as well is falling short against the pups if they can keep going. The dragon is actually surviving, helping with 1 loon at the bottom, the storages, and now it's about the time. 15 seconds. Is this going to be the triple? And is this going to be a huge lead for Dark Unicorns against the alternate guys? And this is not looking too bad. 5 seconds left. And yes, this should be the triple. So really nicely done by Xylis. And as I said, he's so far pretty unknown, but he's a hell of a beast. And I have the pleasure to play with this guy in the ESL Meisterschaft, the German tournament. And yeah, he's really good. But now Yo-Yo's coming in. And I mean, his second name is Lalo23. So he's a god at Lalo attacks, and he's going to start off with the Queen Charge Lalo. Normally he's doing the Sui Lalo. On this one, he's going for the Queen Charge Lalo, and he's actually using a jump spell, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. Like, a lot of pros normally only use those wall breakers because they feel those spells have so much value. So normally they try to not go for those spell heavy entries, which is a jump spell, for example. So that's kind of interesting. He's placing the jump early, and now we can see already the value he's trying to go for. He wants to get the sweepers, he wants to get the enemy queen, and he wants to get both scatter shots with the eagle. That's a lot of value. Like, if this charge is working, that's a freaking hell of a lot of value. So let's see if that can work. Now, the queen is under a lot of fire. She's going against the sweeper, going against a lot of expos. Queen is actually going into the core, using her ability, and she is luckily going for the enemy queen first, then for the skeletons, and now the enemy clan caster is coming out. Ziggy already, or kind of predicted the Lado, but not the queen charge, so there's a dragon in there, which is not really causing too many issues for the queen. And now the queen is running out again, still can take the jump spell, and she's actually taking down the second scatter shot as well. Like, if you're talking about a godly queen charge, you have to counter this one. This one is actually pretty crazy. So let's see if he can bring through the Lalo. He's using the warden ability early because he wants to make sure that those loons not take too much damage. And now the loons are getting hasted into the next part of the base. And now the 1 million, I don't know how many, like, this is actually insane, the move which he's doing right now. He knows that in the core there's going to be a lot of damage, which means his queen is going to die. So what he did, he saved his royal champion to make sure that the healers are transitioning over from his queen charge into the royal champion charge, and this is going to finish up this base. 45 seconds left. This is going to be a crazy big overkill. This attack was actually insane. So huge GG's to Jojo. That was pretty insane. That queen charge into the healer transition into the royal champion. And then the jump spell idea, like I said, it's not that common that you're using jump spells right now. So really great idea, crazy execution, and this deserves for sure the triple. So this means even though the first attack of alternate fell short, they're still really short in behind of the Dark Unicorns, guys. And now Shazo is going in, and he's going in with the Queen Charge Hybrid, one of the most popular attacks. I mean, you guys know it, how the deal is. He's luring out the tornado trap early, and actually this is a base which he already attacked in the Clan War League in Tribe Academy. So I was one of the guys on voice, basically just like trying to call for him, even though he had a pretty good idea of what he's doing. So he knows the base, but since we know ATN.aTTaX, they are crazy good at base building and base tweaking. It's not all about that you need every single time a new base. It's all about that you can place your traps. The base layout is important, but the traps are even more important. So let's see if this will work, because, I mean, I spoiled it already. The attack which Shazo did in the Clan War League was a triple. So he knows the entry, and I think he goes into this attack with a lot of confidence. So let's see if they can keep going with the triple streak, or like if they can build up a triple streak and go for the second triple in a row. That would be pretty clutch. Now the king and the ice queen at the top side. Queen is doing her thing at the on the right side. Really soon encountering the enemy royal champion, but that's alright so far. I think he started off with the king a little bit early, to be honest, because the queen so far hasn't really cleared out the bomb tower just yet. So the flank is pretty wide still, which isn't the best thing, especially in a hybrid attack to have. And now the queen is going for the enemy queen. Bomb tower is finally down. I think he should have waited a little bit longer. And now the hybrid is going into the back end. So far, so good. The first Hawk Riders are flying, so the spring traps are placed really well in this one. And now the next set of hybrid troops are flying as well. The next two spring traps hitting the Hawk Riders. And since he started so early with the hybrid, I feel like the troops have split it too much. Like you guys saw, there were a couple of troops in front of the queen. There are a couple of troops at the top side. But most of the troops are dead. And this is what I told you guys in the beginning. It's all about the trap placement. Like, even though this was a, I don't know if it's a popular base, but it's a already like a well-known base. I don't know how to call it, but let's put it like this. But either way, it was enough to defend the entry, which worked in the Clan War League, because Jojo like prepared the traps that well that they defended against this entry. So like I said, it's all about the trap placement and base building, and kind of getting into the head of your opponent. But still, he is collecting percentage, even though the attack overall won't triple, but he's still getting the percentage. And this might be a game changer in this war, because like we said, the first attack of alternate weren't too many percentage. So even though this is not a triple, this will be around 90%. Let's see if he can get the next building down with his queen. And this would mean they would have a kind of like 30%, there would be 30% in front of alternate. So this war is still far from over, and let's see how Iron will go into the next base. He's starting off with the Queen Charge Hybrid as well. He's trying to charge into the bottom side to try to get the Eagle, the Scatter Shot, and the enemy Queen out of the way. But I think the Tesla on the left side surprised him a little bit, funneling wise, because now the Queen, it's not looking like the Queen would go into the war part where he actually war break, because now the queen is going for the arch tower. Yes, the queen is going for the arch tower, which means the queen will stay on the outside and not go into the compartment, or like not go into the direction which he wanted her to go. So this is a little bit tricky, but now the queen is going for the wall because she wants to chase the enemy queen, which is really good for him, because now he's going for the eagle instead of going into the single inferno tower. So that's really clutch at this point. Now wall breaking into the eagle. I'm not 100% sure if that was the right choice, just because now he can't reach the single inferno tower, and the single inferno tower is going to beam his queen down if he's not careful enough. Now the clan castle is coming out. There are actually, I think, 3 ice golems in there, so that's a lot of time which his queen is going to be frozen, or just like staying around useless, hitting some ice golems. But now the king on the right side is getting deployed, and the Hawk Riders and hybrid troops are going to come in any second now from the 4-5-ish o'clock side. He's starting off now with the Hawk Riders just to make sure that the healers transition over to the hybrid. Like, that's one of the big things about hybrid compared to, for example, Queen Charge Lalo. Those healers are always useful, even though if your queen is dying. And this is showing off in this attack huge. So the king, meanwhile, still on the outside, and something which you can't forget about this attack, he says the siege barracks, and that's, I think, really well done on this one, that he's delaying the siege barracks so freaking long. I think on my end, I think I would have deployed the siege barracks already like a long time ago. But I think he's doing the right call over here with saving the siege barracks now for the top side to support the king over there, because the hybrid troops already like clearing out those buildings easily. So I think that was a really good move by Iron, deciding to not use the siege barracks early. So that was really nicely done. Now the single Inferno Tower is on the Royal Champion, but the Royal Champion in combination with the miners take down the single Inferno Tower, and this attack is, even though it was not looking too good for him in the beginning, is now looking better and better. The only downside of this one is going to be the time. The time is going to be a huge issue for him. Royal Champion ability still untouched. Hawk Riders are caught in the tornado trap, and this means they're not early enough to actually save the Royal Champion, because now the Royal Champion is getting targeted by the king and the single Inferno Tower getting beamed down. So that's not something which he was wishing for. But to be honest, considering how bad the entry worked for him, this attack, the save with like an 88% attack, pretty impressive. So still, it's once in the lead for Dark Unicorn. So let's see what Ziggy is about to do. He's starting off with his Queen Walk, trying, I think he would try to wall break into the single Inferno Tower. He used the Yeti on the outside to funnel, which is always a nice thing to do and a clever thing to do, especially if there might be like an air defense or black mine, something like that in the back end. So far this attack is looking really good. Now it's all about if he can execute the Queen Charge properly and if he can avoid a lot of black mines and things like that. So Queen should go inside. Queen is like getting into a couple of black mines, but so far so good. The Queen is now going for the scatter shot any second now, and the tornado trap is rotating the Queen into a lot of freaking damage. The air defense as well. The air defense as well is on the healers. So this was a crazy good bait by the alternate boys. And this means he needs to use the Queen ability. The scatter shot is shooting his healers. So that's not good either. Healers are down. And now the Queen is hoping to get the scatter shot down, which is not falling. So the scatter shot, like with 0 HP, is still alive. And this attack is not looking good. And before this attack, Dark Unicorns had the advantage percentage-wise, but if Ziggy can't get the percentage on this one, this is going to be bad. So he still has 2 heals, first one already dropped, and another rage for him, so that's nice for him to go for. And the siege barracks is still doing their thing on the right side. Not 100% sure if the place of the siege barracks was the right spot, because now percentage-wise it's a little bit tricky, because the P.E.K.K.A died so fast against the single Inferno Tower. He has nothing to really collect percentage for, because that's kind of the deal right now. Even if you not triple, you need to get high percentage. Kind of like Iron's attack, where he failed the entry, kind of like on this one, but Iron was able to save on an 88%, and this attack is not looking like it would end up on an 88% attack. So that's not the best thing which could happen. 74% at the moment. I don't think it's going to be any like too many more percentage. 75, and I think that was the last percentage for this attack. So yeah, this means alternate is once again getting backed. There's still the lead percentage wise for the Dark Unicorns because of the first attack, but still, let's see how the next 2 attacks for each side are looking like. The next one is going to be Vala, and he's coming in with the drag bed on this one. He's trying to sui in from the bottom. He's trying to get out the multi-inferno tower as early as possible. But the tornado trap is popping up. But at the same time, the tornado trap is not rotating away the wall breaker, which means the wall breaker is still making it through. Now needs to use the Queen ability, and the multi-inferno tower, which was one of the main targets, is not going down. So that's a huge thing now, and he needs to adapt kinda. So let's see what exactly he's doing. He's using the Royal Champion on the right side in behind with the Baby Dragon, so that's looking alright at the moment. The King, meanwhile, is clearing out the left side. And now he's going just into the bottom Inferno Tower compartment with his dragons and loons. And let's see how this is looking like in a second. 3 black mines hitting actually the dragons. That's a huge damage already on the dragons. And now the blimp is coming in. Both sweepers are pointing to the other direction. So I don't know if that's a baited entry or not. So far it's not looking too good, I think, for Vala. But at the same time, he has tons of bad spells for the back end and still freezes for his bets. So let's see if he can take down the important buildings, which would be wizard towers, scatter shot, things like that. Using the first freeze early just to make sure that his bats are not dying against the wizard tower. Using 2 freezes at the same time, really nicely seen over there, just to make sure that the scatter shot is not taking out anything. Uses another freeze, and even though this attack looked not too good in the beginning, this is now looking pretty, okay, not doable because of the 1 wizard tower is staying alive. But wow, this was once again a good save, running into the tornado trap, into a Tesla farm, not getting the value he wanted to get. And once again, that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing which you look for as a top player, being able to save attacks even though that you might run into a bait or something like that. So that's really nicely done, because the entire left side is still being able to pick up by percentage troops which he has deployed over there. So this will be above 80% once again. And well, percentage wise, alternate attacks are getting closer, and somehow Dark Unicorn needs to get the next good percentage attack in. Otherwise, alternate might be once again ahead going into the last attack of this war. So 15 seconds left. This is going to be 85. I don't think anything more is going to fall. So 85%, pretty good attack, pretty good save over here, because once again, the attack was not going flawless for him. Too many black mites and his dragons. The baited, or not, I don't know if really what is baited, but the Tesla farm, which he didn't really expect. So let's see what Teemo is about to do. He's using a couple of loots in the beginning, and this is going to be a queen charge hybrid attack. So let's see. Queen is getting deployed early. He's trying to delay his healers because of the queen, using even more loons at the bottom. Okay, and now the blimp to take down the town hall. That's kind of interesting. Using the freeze for the town hall, and now the rage. To be honest, I don't know why he used the rage over there. Like, if he's using like 2 Yetis and the 3 super goblins, I think that's totally enough. But with charging into 4 ground expos, I think he will need the rages over there. So, this entry is not looking good. Now he's starting off really early with this hybrid, trying to save this attack, I guess. A couple of troops are coming out of the clan castle. Next rage for the queen. And like I said, if there would be another rage for his queen possible, he would have been able to kind of keep his queen alive. But with nothing left anymore, this is going to be tricky, and this is not looking like a good percentage either. Oh my god. This is not looking good for him. A couple of more heal spells in the core, and once again, we talked already about this in the beginning at the first attack from alternate, but we had kind of the same issue. Everything was going to the core, but nothing was going for percentage. And this is still a 42% attack. 44. Is he even getting able to get the second? He should be able to get the second star, right? So 46. Yes, there's a couple of archers. Okay, this should be, yeah, this is a second star. Oh my god, okay. This was not expected. And this means if this attack won't get too many more percentage, I guess around 60%, but this means alternate is once again in control of this war. If alternate is going to triple with their last attack, this war is over. If not, then Dark Unicorn still has a chance. What? Okay, I did not expect this turn of events. This was okay, 60% across. That's not too bad. Okay, it's still like it's still not the best percentage, but still at least a second star, I guess. 63. The king is going to die really soon. The minion is at the bottom trying to get a couple of percentage. But yeah, the king is going to die. Build up is staying alive. 65. Yeah, 65%. Okay, that's a bummer. Okay, let's see how the last alternate attack will go. And then we'll take a look, obviously, at the Dark Unicorn attack. Oof. Okay, Leonard is going to attack. This is never a good sign for the opposing team. He's starting off with a Yeti Blimp as well, trying to take down the Town Hall. He's using the Super Goblins over there to make sure that the town is going down without having to invest anything else. And this is pretty interesting base. Going into a playoff match like this, using, I guess it's a trophy base? Okay, so let's see. Luring out the clan castle early. Doing the boulder on the right side, but because this is not like a high HP building in front of the boulder, in front of the mortar. The mortar is not going to fall, which he needs some fun in the mortar, I think, if he wants to get the single inferno tower. What is he do? Okay, wizard inside of the range of the cannon. There are a lot of mistakes which are not typical for Lenard. I don't know. Now the mortar is still alive, which means the queen is not going inside for the air defense and the single inferno tower. This is not too good. But let's see. I mean, it's Lalo. It's a lot of ground exposed over there. 4 ground exposed. So this still might be possible for him. Ooh, let's see. I think he's going to start off at the top side. That would be my guess. I don't think that he's going to start off into the enemy queen and royal champion. So let's see. Yeah, he's starting off from the top side. Really nice Lalo deployment. That's always something which I struggle with. So the loons are coming in. First lava hound is popping. And once again, this right, air defense and the single inferno tower. Like the plan was that this should be already dead, kinda. Now the big loon group at the top side is getting targeted by the eagle. He's using the warden ability to make sure that the damage is getting blocked. But this is, I don't know. I mean, there's not too much at the bottom left, to be honest, because there are 4 ground exposed. But I don't really... I mean, there's 3 skeletons still left. Using the skeletons now. Are there enough loons? I don't think so. I mean, there are a lot of red mines as well. Come from loons at the back end. No, this should be a defense, which means Dark Unicorns is still in it. This last attack has the chance to still get the victory for Dark Unicorns. Okay, this means they're collecting confirm percentage. If it's getting close to 90%, then I think Dark Unicorns need to triple. Without a, like, even a high percentage 2-star won't win them the war. So let's see how many more percentage they can get. King is going down. The king building is going down. The warden is kind of the MVP right now, collecting so many percentage. Oh my god. Okay. 8 seconds. This should be 86, right? Yeah, 86. Okay, this is 86%, which means if Dark Unicorns is getting 95% 2-star, then it's a tie, and if they're getting more, then it's a win for Dark Unicorns. And Wasman is going in with Dragbet with the E-Drag? What the hell? Okay, he's starting with his heroes at the bottom side. Let's see. I think, yeah, he's going for the enemy queen and enemy town hall. That's kind of the things which he's going for. 2 air defense out of the way as well. He's getting a wizard tower at least. There should be another wizard tower on the list as well, since he should be able to get the left wizard tower as well. I think then he's going to start on the right side into the other wizard tower. Wait. No, Wasman. He should have started on the right side. Oh no. That's not good. Because the left wizard tower is already taken down by the queen, so the right side would have been better, I think. Because he's going with bats, so the wizard tower is one of the main threats, right? So I don't know what is going on right now, but remember, 95% and a tie and more, and it's a win for Dark Unicorns. Now the dragons are coming in. Warden still not used. I think it's going to be used soon. Yeah, Clan Castle coming out. No poison for the Clan Castle. Slammer at the top side. Another rage for the dragons. There's actually a dragon in there, so it's kind of predicted already, the air attack. And now oh no, the ice golem. The ice golem is not tanking the wizard tower. This is not, oh no. But there's a lot of splash damage already taken out. So bad wave is coming in. And he can freeze the Scattershot and the wizard tower together. Wait, this might be enough. This should be enough. There's still tons of dragons alive. He can always freeze the wizard tower and the Scattershot together. This is a this is a trip. Wow. Wasman, the MVP of this war. This should be a triple. 1 minute left. 2 dragons alive. Tons of bats alive. As long as there's not a red mine hitting all of the bats at the same time, this should be a triple and the victory for Dark Unicorns. This was actually crazy. So another fun fact to the war over here is that if both of their clans are going to win the next round in the ESA qualifier at this weekend, they're going to face off against each other once again. So let's see if ATN is going to have their rematch over there. they're the heavy favorites going into the match. But, well, this round is going to Dark Unicorn. So, GG's to both teams. We had a lot of nice attacks in there. A lot of really good bases as well. I think this war was decided by base building. So, really good job to the base builders on both teams. And, well, 12 to 11. That's going to be the result, which means Dark Unicorns are going to proceed in the GML Playoffs. And, yeah, GG's once again to both teams. Thank you so much that I was able to stream this match. And obviously both good luck to both of the teams at this weekend. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the match because this was hell of a freaking close match. And you guys can see the percentage over here as well. It was freaking close. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And I hope I see you guys back tomorrow for another one. See you guys until then, and bye bye.